guys here for the hearing regarding a considered proposed 0.5% increase to the sales and use tax to be levied. I'd like to call this hearing to order. Thank you, sir.
The criminal justice system, I'm told, takes up about 65%, 67% of the general fund. And I have concerns where we're moving forward in some of the costs that are not only ongoing but upcoming. In my 33 years of experience with the Lake County Sheriff's Office, criminals look for every opportunity they can to see weakness and move in to exploit it. So communities such as Lake County really rely on the strength of their security to ensure the growth of business, to raise families and build community support here. And I see really those three areas are policing, prosecution, and our court systems. Safe neighborhoods, to me, begin with a visible presence of law enforcement on the street that's well equipped with proper tools to do their work, that have good cultural excellence in their organizations, that attract good men and women to the field, and that will stay here for their entire career. 46% of all serious crimes, felonies in Lake County, are committed by people who live outside Lake County. And criminals that are arrested from Cuyahoga County who have come here to commit crime are surprised when they find out they're in Lake County. And they say, well, I thought I was in Cuyahoga County. I'm going to jail. I don't go to jail in Lake County. I mean, in Cuyahoga County, I go to jail in Lake County. And that's 46% of people committing crime that are afraid to come here to commit crime. If they see weaknesses, that's going to grow exponentially. We see that's happening in our cities. Today, we have a real problem attracting people into the field. At one point, we were down 20 corrections officers out of 74. We were down 20. We used to get 100 applications for 2 jobs. Now we have 20 jobs and we get 1 or 2 applications to be able to fill that. Why? Outside this county, corrections officers make between $10,000 and $12,000 more a year. There's already a problem attracting people, but now we're competing and we can't find nurses because nursing is paid so well outside, and we need 5 nurses. It took us 2 years to find 2 nurses to fill open positions, 2 years. That affects our ability to provide medical services, and that brings litigation to the county itself. Our deputy sheriffs currently make $16,000 to $20,000 less a year than West End police departments. And so when you're trying to attract people in to apply for jobs, they're not applying. We have to equip our deputies. We're asking deputies and police officers to go into mass shootings, whether that's at schools, whether that's at large businesses, and they're willing to go in solo to do that. Problem is, we need to equip them with proper equipment, whether that's ballistic vests that are hardened for rifle shots, because you can't send deputies into with a handgun to face a semi-automatic rifle. We can't do that today. We need to provide them with the equipment to be able to do that. Computerization, it's becoming extremely costly. We have to upgrade CAD. CAD is our computer-aided dispatch to bring police and fire services in an efficient manner. It's going to be $2 million to do that when you include the software, the hardware, excuse me, and the training involved in that. Next Gen 911, next generation 911 services are about a year away. When that comes, it's going to mean increased staffing in terms of our dispatchers, a change in our hardware. We're going to be able to have to answer text messages coming into a dispatch center. If somebody wants to do a FaceTime coming in to a dispatch center, we have to have people there to answer that and to respond to those. Not only the 911 call, it's going to change the scope of how we're able to handle those such services. So law enforcement, we need proper funding for it. The second arm of this is the prosecutors. If you have police officers making the arrest, then you have prosecutors. We need to have prosecutors to take the cases. And they need to be skilled prosecutors to be able to do that. If we can't do the cases, present them in a timely manner, people walk away from that. We see that happening in our large cities. People are plea bargained out. People are being let go because the time runs out. Right now, and I'll let him certainly discuss this, but our prosecutor can't get people to apply. Our prosecutors are well underfunded, and there's not enough of them to take the increase in cases. Why is there an increase in cases? When I started in the 1980s, we had 100 people in the jail in Lake County who were from Lake County courts. Today, we have nearly 350 people to 380 sitting in our jail who are all Lake County court system inmates. We've tripled that number, but we haven't seen the growth exponentially of prosecutors being able to handle these cases. And they're more serious. We used to house 2/3 misdemeanors, minor crimes. Now we house 2/3 felons in our jails. The serious crimes are on the rise, and we need prosecutors to be able to do that. And not only the serious cases, the minor cases need to be taken care of, because our citizens, those are important cases to them. They may not be on that scale, but they want their misdemeanors addressed. And so we need prosecutors to be able to do that. We need a strong court system. We need excellent jurists to be able to do that, who can bring these cases in a timely manner, get them through the court system, have fair trials, but have fair punishments in some place to put offenders that are not overcrowded. So there's so many costs involved. I think too often we take criminal justice for granted in our county. Not necessarily in our county. Let me go back on that, because Lake County is very supportive of our criminal justice system. I just don't think people are aware of the cost involved in that. But when you go outside, you see what's happening in our large cities. It's coming to Lake County. There is a growth coming here, and if we don't have those three facets taken care of, we're going to see that 46% of serious crime rise to great levels. We've seen it happen in 2 years in our cities. And Lake County needs to guard against that by proper funding. Thank you.